أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم فإن لم تفعلوا ولن تفعلوا فاتقوا النار وقودها الناس والحجارة أعدت للكافرين. You might have noticed that I have given small breaks when I put all the text of the ayah, and inshallah you'll see that why I gave these breaks. So who wants to try inshallah this ayah? Fa illam taf'alu. So let me tell you about this fa, because like this waw and fa, sometimes they are istinafiya and sometimes they are atifa. Atifa mean that this is connected with the previous one, conjunction. And istinafiya mean that it is a new sentence, it is not connected with the previous sentence. So this fa, and by the way, I have mentioned in the past as well, sometimes this is like some blurry areas, some gray areas, that we can say that this fa or this waw is istinafiya or atifa, both possibilities are there. Okay, so for illam tafalu, this fa is istinafiya. And let me give you a bit of context of the ayah. In the previous ayah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has mentioned that famous challenge to the kuffar, that wa in kuntum fi raybin mimma nazzalna ala abdina, that if you are in doubt regarding what we have sent upon our slave, fa'tu bi suratin min misli, then you bring a surah somewhat like it, wad'u shuhada'akum min dunillahi in kuntum sadiqin, and in this task of bringing a surah somewhat like Quran, you can call upon your helpers if you are truthful. So this is the previous ayah when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given this challenge to the kuffar, that if you doubt this Quran, then why don't you just bring a surah not like it, somewhat like it, mim mislihi. So after that ayah, then Allah says, fa illam tafalu. So who will tell me inshallah what is this in?
In is the adatu shart.
Excellent. This in is a harf shart or adatu shart. Excellent. Anybody else? What is this lam? Do we know something about lam?
It's negation.
Negation.
No.
It's a particular negation.
Amar. Is it Amar?
No, no. Brother Javed, what is this lam? Javed bhai, are you listening? Okay. Brother Amir is in the class. Amir bhai, what is this lam?
I think it's the negation in the past.
Do we know anything about this word lam?
This is used to make the mudari majzoom.
That is the first point, that this lam, yes, it is for negation, but this is from list of those words which make mudare majzoom. And because the meaning of lam is did not, so normally this lam changes the meanings into negation and past. So when I ask you in future that what is lam, your first point should be that lam is from those words which make mudare majzoom, and this comes for negation. That's second point. Okay, and that is the reason you see that after lam, tafaluna has become tafalu. Okay, so lam is jazim. Jazim mean that it make the next word majzoom, and it is also, it comes for nafi. Okay, and then taf'alu. Taf'alu is, like I said, it is mudare, but it is mudare majzoom. Excellent, excellent. and it has a built-in file. What's the built-in file in tafalu?
Antum.
Excellent, excellent, brother. It has file antum. So secondly, because as you can see, it starts with this word in, so it's a jumla shartiya. And we have discussed and we have practiced jumla shartiya, that jumla shartiya or conditional sentence has how many parts?
Three parts.
Two
Excellent.
parts.
3 parts, actually 2 parts, but you can say that there are 3 areas. First is that word which start conditional sentence, which we call harf shart or adatu shart. And then actually they are after that, there are actually 2 parts. You can say in reality there are 2 parts because this word is just a starter of conditional sentence. So what are those 2 parts?
Jawabul shart.
The shirt and the jawab shirt.
Yes, first should be shart and then jawabu shart, condition, and then basically what comes after if, and then what comes after then. What comes after then, that is jawabu shart. So in this case, after in, immediately after in, this lam tafalu, that is your shart part. That is the shart part. Now, inshallah, I will come back to this thing, walan tafalu. Let me first deal with the jawabu shart part. Look at this one, this fa. We have discussed this, that many a times jawabu shart part has this fa, and this fa is basically, we call this fa as a rabita. It is a connection between shart and jawabu shart. After the fa, we have this word ittaqu. Ittaqu. Ittaqu is fail amr, because actual word was tattaquna. Tattaquna has been made fail amr as ittaqu. So it is fail amr and it has a built-in file antum because it is for the plural. And then annara, we can see that annara is in nasab status, so it will be our maf'ul. Ittaqun nar. Ittaqun nar. So this is your jawabu shart part. Let's translate it first so we can see what is the meaning here. فَإِن لَمْ تَفْعَلُوا, and if, now look at this one. Remember I said that after lam, you translate mudare by using did not. But we know that in conditional sentences, as we have noticed in the case of iza, that after iza, we have fail madi, but we translate like fail mudare. This is, and because that is same is the case here. Because in conditional sentences, you translate first part in present and next part in future. So for illam taf'alu, if you do not do it, fattakun nar, then be fearful of the fire. Clear? Now, what is this thing in between them? This walan taf'alu. Please pay attention. You know, this is inshallah a new point we're discussing today. Sometime between shart and jawabu shart, you will find a sentence having this wow. This sentence is called jumla mu'tariza. Mu'tariza. It's ain, ta, ra, and dod. Mu'tariza. What is mu'tariza? Look at this one. You know, like sometime when you are making a statement and then in the middle of your statement, you say something which is not necessarily part of that. Okay. So in Arabic language, sometime between shart and jawabu shart, you say something which is a jumla mu'tariza. And because it is jumla mu'tariza, which simply mean, you know, that this word i'raz. I'raz mean to turn away, because you are turning a bit away from the actual statement or the actual subject, which was this one and this one. So because you said something which is not directly related to your statement, as sometimes in English language, you know, when we say by the way, for example, if I say this statement, if you go there, you will be in trouble. Okay, this is what I want to say. But look, I insert something in between that. If you go there and don't go there, by the way, you will be in trouble. So you see, if you go there, you will be in trouble. This was actual statement. In the middle, I said that, and by the way, don't go there. You see, I said something which I don't need to say. This is the type of sentence which comes between, it comes sometime between mubtada and khabar, which we have not seen so far. And sometimes it comes between shart and jawabu shart. These are the most common places when you will see this small sentence coming, and we will call this one jumla mu'tariza. And because it is jumla mu'tariza, this waw is called waw i'tiraziya. I'tiraziya. So far you have seen three types of waw. Waw atifa, waw istinafiya, and today we see waw i'tiraziya, which comes for jumla mu'tariza. Okay, now let's look at the next part. Waquduhan nasu wal hijara. This word waqud, waqudun, it means fuel, F-U-E-L, fuel. You can say firewood, but actually fuel. Okay, ha is an attached pronoun. Because waqud mean fuel, it means it's a ism, right? And when pronoun is attached with the ism, it is a mudaf ilay construction. Okay, so waquduha is a mudaf ilay construction, in which waqud is the mudaf part, ha is the mudaf ilay part, and secondly, if you look at next one, an-nasu wal hijaratu.
One word is missing here. After annar, we had the ism mawsul allati. It's not here.
Okay, that's why I was thinking that
Yeah.
something missing. Jazakallah
Yeah.
khair. Jazakallah khair. So this allati, jazakallah brother. This allati is missing here. Inshallah, I will put when I will send in the group. Inshallah, I will fix that one. So this allati is ism mawsul, which is here, and after ism mawsul, you always have sila. This sentence of jumla ismiya, in which waquduha an-nasu wal hijaratu. Actually, an-nasu wal hijaratu, they are the mubtada part, but they came late, and khabar part, waquduha, it has come first. An-nasu wal hijaratu waquduha, that man, people and stone. Hijara means stone. People and stone are its fuel. So, or its fuel are people and stone. Okay. Now, the reason I made this one an-nasu wal hijaratu as the mubtada, because you can see that it qualifies more with this alif lam. Okay. But by the way, if you make it the other way around, it will still make sense. If you say that waquduha is mubtada, an-nasu wal hijara is khabar, it will be still correct, because sometimes khabar can be in proper status, but these are exceptions, not the rule. So this allati was ism mawsul. Please pay attention. This waquduha an-nasu wal hijara, this is the sila, right? Mawsul sila together is the sifa for an-nar. Clear? So fattakun nar, this was the sentence, but this nar has a sifa. What is the sifa? Allati waquduha an-nasu wal hijara. right? If there's anything not clear up to this point, please ask me.
Brother, I got a question.
Yes.
Brother, well, hijaratu, can we call it as motuf for nasu?
My brother, you are exactly right. Look at this one. In this sentence, brother, this vow is connecting these two things, an-nasu and al-hijaratu. Wherever they will go together. If you put them in the bucket of mubtada, they will go together as mubtada. If you put them in the bucket of khabar, they will go together in the bucket of khabar, and this vow is connecting both of them.
No, brother, I'm just saying, can we call it motuf?
You have to call it matuf.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yes. Because
Hijaratu is the motuf for nasu.
sorry, brother.
Hijaratu is the motuf for nasu.
Exactly. An-nasu is matufun alay and hijaratu is matuf.
Yeah, I like, yeah.
So let's see what I have said so far. Before I said the next last part. This in was harf shart. Lam tafalu is the shart part. This walan tafalu was a jumla mu'tariza which just came without any need. So not need, actually, without any connection. So it was jumla mu'tariza. And then this ittaqun nar, this fa was the rabita or connection between shart and jawabu shart. Ittaqun nar, this was your jawabu shart part.
But what is the spelling for this mu'tariza?
Mim, ain, ta, ra, dad, and ta. Round ta.
Okay.
Mu'tariza. Like this one. I put it bigger. Mu'taridatun.
Okay.
Clear, brother?
Yeah, it's clear. Thank you.
No worries. Why, yeah. So this it, and then this thing is the sifa. Sifa for who? Sifa for annar.
Annar.
And if you recall, we said that this nar was the maf'ul for this fail. Now in the maf'ul bucket, you have mawsuf. This is the mawsuf part, and this is the sifa part. You can put the whole thing in the maf'ul bucket if you like, in this way. So this whole thing is the maf'ul. Why? Because annar is the mawsuf, and wakud allati is missing here. Allati wakudu hannasu wal hijara is the mawsuf and sifa, and this annar is mawsuf, and this allati sentence is the sifa. This mawsuf and sifa together is in the bucket of maf'ul. Why? Because annar was actually maf'ul, and because this thing is the sifa, mawsuf. Always remember this point. Mudaf, mudaf ilay, mawsuf, sifa, matuf, and matuf ilay. Wherever they go together. Just remember this point. Okay. Now let's look at the last part. Uiddat. Uiddat. This is the word. Aadda, yuiddu, and the amar form is also aadda. Yes, aadda. And sorry, and I explained to you that how this amar form is. So this one, please pay attention. If this one is fail madi, can someone tell me that which number it would be?
It will be the fail madi majhul.
That is
number
the main
4.
point. That is the
Number
main
4.
point. That is the main point. Because the actual word was, let me put it very clearly, so you can see this last part clearly. So I was saying that the actual word is adda. And when adda is made passivized, majhul, it becomes uidda. So adda is the actual fail madi. When it became majhul, it became uidda. And when if you make the chart of uidda, this would be number 4, uiddat, and then uiddata. So uiddat is fail madi, but it is majhul. Madi majhul, and it has a built-in file that is here because it is number 4. Lil kafirina is muta'alliq. Muta'alliq will fail. So basically, uiddat lil kafirina is a jumla failure based on fail madi. Let's translate it first. Adda mean to prepare something. Adda mean to prepare because it is fail madi. So uiddat, she is prepared, but because we know that this thing is about this word nar, so instead of saying she, you can say it. It is prepared. Okay, and because it is fail madi, it was prepared. Because it is fail madi, it was prepared. Lil kafirina, for the disbeliever. Uiddat lil kafirina, it was prepared for the disbelievers. Now please look at this one. This uiddat lil kafirina, this whole sentence is about what? In this whole ayah, this sentence, uiddat lil kafirina, is about what?
It's about the how the nar is about nar, hal of the nar actually.
Excellent. Excellent. Inshallah, I'll explain this thing, inshallah, in more detail. Just be with me. But for now, let me just mention one thing. Sometime a sentence comes, like this sentence came, and that sentence describes the situation or condition of something which came before it. As in this case, an-nara, it came before it. And this last sentence, a complete sentence, is describing the condition or the situation of this nar. That what is this nar? This nar is in a state of preparation for the disbelievers. So, dear brother, sister, this type of sentence which plays this role, we say that this sentence is, it's a jumla haliya. Jumla haliya is simply a jumla or a sentence which describe the state of something which came before. Uiddat lil kafirin is a complete sentence, but when we translate, we see that this sentence is describing actually this thing. Jumla haliya is pretty much like a description of that thing. But instead of calling it sifa, we call it, it's a jumla haliya for an-nar. This is how you put the label for this last part. So let's translate the whole thing first. For illam taf'alu, and if you do not do it, walan taf'alu, and you will never be able to do it, fattakun nar, then be fearful of a fire, allati waquduha an-nasu wal hijara, which the fire is, which for which waquduha, its fuel is an-nasu wal hijara, people and stone, and uiddat lil kafirin, this fire is prepared for the disbelievers. You might see that even in the translation, they might translate this one as a by using is. Okay, but as a student of language, you must know that it is actually in past tense, uiddat, not in the present tense. Now, please, if there's anything which you want me to explain, please feel free to ask.
So, brother, so the purpose of the Mu'tariza is basically giving the emphasis of the previous prohibition, brother?
Brother, you can say, as in our English language, when we say by using something by the way, for example, if you think of any of your sentence in which you use this thing by the way, you will notice that you don't have to use that. It is just, you can say in a sense, it's an emphasis, but in actual, the word is that it is a jumla mutariza, which means that it has no direct connection with your shart and jawabu shart. As I said before, if you simply said this one and this one, you have made the statement, okay? But in a sense, you can say that it make it emphatic, in a sense, in this case. But brother Hanif, actually we will say it's a jumla mu'tariza, that it is a sentence which is not related here.
Okay, brother.
And by the way, let me say one more thing. Inshallah, you will see that in this surah, this concept will come many times, this concept of jumla haliya, and then inshallah, when it will come again and again, inshallah, then you will become clear that in which places this sentence is coming and what role is it playing. Inshallah, it will clear to you, inshallah. Now, if there is no question here, let's inshallah move on to the next ayah. So our next ayah is وَبَشِّرِ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ أَنَّ لَهُمْ جَنَّاتٍ تَجْرِي مِنْ تَحْتِهَا الْأَنْهَارِ. Let's deal inshallah with this first because it's a long ayah. So let's inshallah do bit by bit. Okay. So this vow is again istinafiya. I will simply say alif sin, because it is again not the continuation of the previous sentence, it is a new sentence. Okay. So Bashir, can someone tell me what is Bashir?
It's Fil Amr.
Okay,
with
what
file
are the
anta.
three forms?
It's Bashara Yubashiru, Bashir.
Excellent, excellent. Bashara, yubashiru, bashir. And it means to give good news. To give good news. So bashir is fail amr. And it has a built-in file anta, because it is number 1 in the amr chart. So it has built-in file anta. Then allazina is ism mausul. Amanu wa amilu. These are connected through this vow. So amanu is madi. It has a built-in file hum, and this vow is ataf. Amilu is exactly same. Madi with built-in file hum, but amanu wa amilu are matuf and matuf alay. Okay, so they will go together. As-salihati, as-salihati, it is a ism, and in terms of status, it could be nasab, it could be jar. Why? Because it is a feminine plural. Muslimatun and then muslimatin, muslimatin. So because it could be nasab, it could be jar, in this case, it is actually nasab. Why? Because it is playing the role of maf'ul. Okay, it's a nasab. It's in the role of maf'ul for this one. So now, allazina was ism mausul. Amanu wa amilu salihati. This complete sentence is the sila. Now the question is, mausul and sila together playing what role? Okay, look at this one. If Allah says, Bashir, you give good news, is it not a question that good news to who? Allazina amanu wa amilu salihati, which means that this mausul and sila, it is giving you the information for to who, which means that this whole thing is actually maf'ul. Maf'ul for who? For this Bashir. So Bashir was fail and file, and next whole thing is maf'ul. Allazina amanu wa amilu salihati. This mawsul and sila together is the maf'ul. Any question up to this point? Okay, let's move on. Then this anna, we know that anna is from the inna family, so it will become harf nasab. Lahum.
Sorry, brother. Just make double checking. So amanu wa amilu solihati is maf'ul. The whole.
Okay, sister, I said that this allazina, this was the mawsul, okay?
Yes.
And then this was a complete sentence, which was the sila, right, sister?
Yes.
Mawsul and
Mawsul.
sila together
Yes.
is the maf'ul for Bashir. Why? Look at this. If I say that give good news, the question is give good news to who? And the
Yes.
answer for to who is called maf'ul. And the to who is
Yes.
those who believed and they performed righteous deed.
Yes, that's what I mean. Okay. Jazakallah. Yeah.
Vaya. So anna harf nasab. Lahum is jar majroor. Jannatin is the ism of anna. Why? Look at this one. Because ism of anna is in nasab status, and jannatin could be nasab, could be jar. And right now we know it is jar. Why? Because it has to become the ism of anna. So anna lahum jannatin. Anna, that, lahum, for them, jannatin, gardens. For them, gardens. Okay, now, like I said before, if you say that give good news, first of all, give good news to who? So this was the answer of to who. Okay, to who. So that's why it became our maf'ul. And now this is giving the answer of good news of what? Good news of the Jannah. So this is giving you the information of what? Because if you want to give good news, the question, there are two main things. Good news to who and good news of what? So both of them will become your maf'ul. So of what? So it means that this is also your maf'ul. Why? Because it is giving you the information of what? Clear? Now this next thing, tajri min tahti. Tajri is again, it is your fail mudare, and in mudare it is number 4. Yajri and tajri. Okay, tajri is fail mudare number 4. Jara yajri. So now tajri is fail mudare. It has a built-in file here. Then min tahtiha. We know that because min is our jar, so min tahtiha is jar majroor. But at the same time in the majroor bucket, this is the jar part, and in the majroor part, there are two things, tahti and ha. And if you look in your notes of level 1, tahti is one of those words which are special mudaf. So tahtiha is itself is a mudaf ilay, but this mudaf ilay is in the bucket of majroor. Then al-anharu, look, al-anharu, rafa status. In jumla failure, as soon as you get ism in rafa status, that ism will cancel the built-in file and it will become the file. So al-anharu will become the file. So tajri was fail, min tahtiha, jar majroor, which means muta'alliq, and al-anharu is the file. Now let's translate them. Tajri mean, then when something is like running, okay? Min tahtiha, min mean from, tahti under, ha it, underneath it. Al-anharu mean rivers. Okay, nahar mean singular, one river. Anhar, plural, rivers. Underneath, rivers are flowing. Under tajri, flowing. Min tahtiha, from underneath it. Al-anharu, rivers. The rivers are flowing from underneath it. If I go word by word, but obviously when you translate not going word by, you can say that underneath rivers are flowing. Okay, now but the question is, and that is the important point here, this tajri min tahtihal anhar, it's a complete sentence, right? What will be the role of this complete sentence? That is the question now, because so far we have decided role of every single thing. But what is the role of this one?
It
I
will be a
want
sifa
Describing.
of Jannat.
Sorry, someone said something.
It will be a sifa of Jannat.
Excellent. And let me inshallah give the reason why, because some of you may not know this, inshallah. Let me explain for all of you, inshallah. When you see an ism in common with tanween as jannatin, okay, after that ism, if you get either a jar majroor phrase or a sentence, let me repeat one more time. If you have a ism which is nakira, nakira means it is common, nakira or common, which you can see with this tanween. And after that nakira ism, you have a complete sentence, or you may have only a jar majroor fragment. That sentence or that fragment will become the sifa for this ism. Now, which means that jannatin will become mawsoof and tajri min tahtihal anharu, complete sentence, will become the sifa. Right? Now, I said before that anna was harf nasab, lahum was jar majroor, jannatin was the ism of anna. But now you will say that jannatin tajri min tahtihal anharu, the whole thing is the ism of anna, and lahum will become the khabar of anna. Why? Because actual khabar is missing, right? Because actual khabar is missing. Now, we said before that this thing was in the role of maf'ul, and this thing is also in the role of maf'ul. Why? Because this was giving the answer of who you're gonna give the good news, and this give the answer of what is that good news. وَبَشِّرِ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا, and give good news to those who believed and they did righteous deeds, that for them are gardens underneath which rivers are flowing. Please don't hesitate to ask if there is any question regarding this one.
No question, but there is a slip of tongue. So when you mentioned about Jannatin, you said it could be either nasab or jar. Here it is nasab, but by slip of tongue, you said it's jar.
Okay, I take it back. Jazakallah khair. Yes, you are right, because jannatin could be nasab, could be jar, but because it was playing the role of ism of anna, so that's why we know it is in nasab status. And if this is in nasab status as mawsoof, then this sentence is also in the role of nasab. Why? Because it is becoming, so this was mawsoof part, and this is the sifa part. So mawsoof sifa together is the ism of anna. And brother is right. If I said, I take that back. There must be a slip of tongue. May Allah forgive me. So yes, Anna harf nasab, jannatin tajri min tahtihal anharu. That is the ism of anna, and lahum is the khabar of anna. Why? Because actual khabar is missing.
So anna lahum jannatin. So this will be maf'ul bihi,
Excellent. Yes, brother. Yes.
and
Because
the first one will be maf'ul lahu.
no, brother. Both of them are maf'ul bihi.
One is giving the answer of who, and the other is giving the answer of what. Okay.
Yeah, and what the answer for what and answer of to who, both of them are maf'ul bihi.
Okay. Cool.
Any question, brothers and sisters? Please feel free to ask. Okay, now obviously whatever is given in the text, I explained that for you. But now I want to mention something which you don't see, but it is actually there. Let's look at this one. There's no change about Bashir. Obviously, Bashir is fail amr, and it has built-in file anta. There's no change here. Allazina amanu wa amilu salihat is the maf'ul. There's no change here. At this place, please pay attention. They say that from a grammatical point of view, this should be anna, that give them good news. Good news of what? Good news with Jannah, that you are going to get Jannah. So whenever you have the word Bashir, please pay attention. Whenever you have this word Bashir, after that, that object of good news, it must have be anna, not simply anna. Right? Now, if there is a ba here, be anna, and what is ba? Ba is a jar. Then this ba will become jar, and this complete anna sentence exactly as we did before. There's no change in that. Anna is harf nasab, jannatin tajri min tahtihal anharu is the ism of anna, and lahum is the khabar of anna. This complete anna sentence will be actually majroor. Why? Because there has to be an implied ba here. So ba is jar, which is implied. And why? Please listen again. Whenever you use the verb bashir and the object of bashir, in this case that is Jannah, that has to begin with bi anna, not just anna. And because this ba is not given, we say that this ba is implied. And because that ba is implied, that will become jar, and the whole anna sentence will go in the bucket of majroor, and this jar majroor will become actually muta'alliq bil fail. And which fail? Bashir. So this will be the reason I did not did this before, so I can explain to you what was given. Okay, and now you can see the labels. And please ask me if something is not clear to you. And it will be always like that. Whenever you have Bashir, after that the object of Bashir has to be with ba harf jar. Whatever that be, but ba harf jar has to be there. Okay, inshallah, clear? Now, let me deal with these two simple sentences first, and then inshallah we'll see this one. Okay. Lahum is jar majroor. Fiha. Fiha is also jar majroor. Azwajum mutahharatun, mawsoof and sifa. But what is the status? We can see that the status of azwajum mutahharatun is rafa. So they will become mubtada. Mawsoof sifa together will become mubtada. Okay. Azwajum mutahharatun. Okay, now this lahum is jar majroor and fiha is also jar majroor, right? Now the point is there's no khabar, right? So this lahum will become the khabar. Why? Because actual khabar is missing. What about this fiha? If anybody inshallah can give the answer, I will be very impressed. Any idea? Please even make mistake. Just try inshallah.
Shubh Jumla Khabar.
Brother, you are right, but like I said, that this lahum has become shibul jumla khabar, even though apparently if we say that lahum and fiha, both of them are jar majroor, so we're gonna make both of them as shibul jumla khabar. I can agree with you, but there's one point here which we have discussed already. If somebody inshallah can tell me here. Okay, now let me inshallah say that. Azwajun, is it nakira or not? Is it nakira?
Yes,
Yes.
it's not here.
And this fiha is a jar majroor fragment, right?
Yeah.
And what we have learned in the case of this one, I said, and we have discussed in the past as well, that if you have nakira, and after that you either have a complete sentence or you have a jar majroor fragment, that becomes what?
That becomes sifa.
Sifa. But in this case, even though everything is matching, but there's one problem. What is the problem? That jar majroor is given first and the nakira is given after, right?
Yeah.
So for this, in this situation, here is the label. What is the label called? We call this one hal, and this thing is called zu al hal. Zu mean possessor, possessor of the hal, and hal mean condition. So alhamdulillah, now this thing has completed. That if you see that this is the situation where nakira has come first and this thing has come after, that will be mawsuf and sifa. But if you see that this thing has come first and this thing come after, then you will give these labels, hal and zulhal. In other words, azwajum mutahharatun are where? They are in that Jannah. Lahum, for them, fiha, in it, it means Jannah, azwajum mutahharatun, purified spouses. In it, there are purified spouses for them. This there are, this word there are. Understand this point. When your khabar is shibhul jumla, then you can translate by using there are or there is. So you can translate this one by saying there are purified spouses for them in it. Is this point clear, brothers and sisters? Zu mean possessor.
So still, because the mutalik bil khabar is muqaddam here, do we will have any exclusivity?
Yes, you can translate it as, for example, from this point of view, brother, there's one thing here, because our mubtada is not having alif lam.
Yeah.
For this reason, we did not translate as exclusivity.
Okay.
Please, anybody, if there's anything not clear, please ask me. Inshallah, I have no rush. Inshallah, I will answer your question first and then inshallah we'll move on. Okay, now this wow is again istinafiya, you can say, because it has no connection with the previous one, or you can say atifa if you want. If you say that these two things are joined, You can give it any label. It will not be incorrect, by the way. And then this whom is mubtada, khaliduna khabar, and fiha is the mutaalliq bil khabar as jar majroor. Hum fiha khalidun, they in it forever. Khalidun means forever. Those who live forever. They will live in it forever. Hum fiha khalidun, they will live in it forever.
We cannot see actually the Arabic context. The Arabic text, we can't see the Arabic text of the Quran. We can't see in this.
On the slide.
I can see, brother.
I can see as well.
Okay. Then what's wrong with me? Then
Are you from mobile probably?
Asif, why
I'm on the
this-
mobile.
Asif, why this
Okay.
happens? This happens in Pakistan.
No, really, I have tried, but I couldn't see actually. I can see the other people, but I can't see the.
Now you see the difference between Australia and Pakistan.
Yes, it is. See, we can do that.
So brothers, inshallah, in this one, actually there are another inshallah couple of points, inshallah, which I want to explain. So let's inshallah we end here. But I am not inshallah, even though because this ayah was quite long, and especially I want to focus on these points which has not been discussed before. Now, please, brothers and sisters, here's my advice to all of you. Obviously, when I am doing this here in this live class, you might feel that, okay, I got it. But please, my advice to all of you is, again, watch the whole thing and then note down any of your questions which are not clear to you. Because in this go, inshallah, with Allah's tawfiq, our intention is to make sure that everything is clear to you. So my advice is, after this, on your own time, watch the whole thing and note down any of the points which are not clear. Then either you can send to me in the group, inshallah, and I will answer them in the group, or you can ask me in the start of next class. Because now it's time for Maghrib, so I just don't want to make it late for any one of you. And secondly, inshallah, I want to explain something about this word kullama, because this word kullama will come in future as well. So inshallah, we'll deal with this one and then we don't need to worry again. Any question you want to ask before we finish?
So brother, the last part is Jumla Haliya again. Hum fiha khaliduna.
Brother, it depends, for example, this vow, it depends that if what label you will give to this vow. Yes, if you say that when they are living in Jannah, their condition is that they will live in forever. And from that point, if you call this one as Jumla Haliya, it will be correct. No problem in that. That the people of Jannah, their condition would be that they will be living in Jannah forever. That will be correct.
So,
Because, remember this point. This vow it's not something, that has to be this way. I have seen many places when I consult the books before the lesson. Many of the times there are disagreement on that which vow is this. So it's a little bit open to interpretation. Okay, inshallah, then we end here with this dua. That may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make all of this, inshallah, beneficial for all of us. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Jazakallah.